All right, let's dive into some little habits that people who are always in a good mood seem to have. Aren't those people great? Honestly, there aren't enough of them around. If you're already feeling pretty good most of the time, fantastic. This will just reinforce those positive vibes. But for most of us, well, let's just say we have our grumpy days. So, if you clicked on this, rest assured, you don't have to do everything we're about to talk about. Just find one thing, just one little tweak that you think, hey, I could actually do that. That's all it takes. That's the key. There are a ton of ideas, but we've narrowed it down. We've picked out some that really resonate and organized them into themes. So, if there's one area you really want to focus on, just pick one of those 3 habits within that theme and boom, life change. Let's get started. First up, we've got basic habits. Then habits related to money. And finally, habits for improving your relationships. Sound familiar? Because money and relationships are where most people struggle, right? How did I know? Because it's all of humanity. Everyone worries about money and relationships. So we'll tackle those head-on in this first section. Then, in the second half, we'll move on to habits related to your language, your goals, and your time. What kind of phrases should you use? What should you avoid saying? Super important. What's the best way to set goals? How can you manage your time more effectively? This is where we get into some more business-oriented, success-driven ideas. By listening to both halves, you'll be able to create a customized set of habits that works perfectly for you. So, let's jump right into the basics. These are super small habits, the real building blocks. These are the easy wins. Our number 1 habit is, drumroll please, make your bed. That's right. When you get out of bed in the morning, take a moment to neatly make it. Anyone already doing this? Good for you. I do it too. But for those of you who leave your bed a crumpled mess, who come home to that same mess and then flop right back into it, I have some bad news. A messy bed can lead to a messy life. Why? Because your bed is a visible sign. If you see something messy and disorganized, chances are your mind is also a little messy and disorganized. A cluttered room, a messy bag, a rumpled bed. These are often signs of a disorganized mind. So, by straightening up your bed, you're telling yourself, okay, this is in order. Now I can move on to the next thing. Plus, when you finish making your bed, you feel a sense of accomplishment. And this is where it gets interesting. A former US Navy admiral once gave a speech at his alma mater and told the young people that if they wanted to change the world, they should start by making their beds. These small habits can ultimately help you change the world. By changing something in your own little world, you create a tiny sense of accomplishment. I have this habit. I do this every day. That small accomplishment builds a small sense of pride. And those small things accumulate over time, creating the feeling that, hey, I can do this. That eventually turns into a bigger sense of pride and the confidence to tackle bigger challenges. It's about building self-confidence. If you always tell yourself, I can't do anything right, the only way to counter that self-doubt is to stack up small victories every day. You don't need to achieve something monumental. Start with something small, like making your bed. See, I've always done it, almost compulsively. I can't stand to see things messy. If something is out of place, I have to fix it. And the storyteller said he wrote about this habit right at the beginning making it the most symbolic. So definitely give it a try. Fold your futon neatly and put it away in the closet. If you're always leaving your bedding out, a rumpled mess, it doesn't exactly scream living the good life. It projects an image. Similarly, a small habit can make people think, this person has their act together, or maybe not. Okay, habit number 2. Immediately look things up on your phone. Do you ever get curious about something random? Say someone mentions tequila. Maybe you had a bit too much tequila last night, and someone says, "Oh, tequila's strong stuff." And then you start wondering, wait, what kind of liquor is tequila? You know rice shochu is made from rice, whiskey from barley, brandy and wine from grapes. You have a general idea about some liquors, but tequila, what is it? Some kind of tropical plant? Instead of just shrugging and moving on, you could pull out your phone and quickly search. Ah, it's made from the blue agave plant, like a giant aloe vera that you chop up, and it's the core, not the leaves, that's used. Interesting. And did you know that tequila is also a place name, like champagne? The spirit that comes from the tequila region is called mezcal, and tequila is a specific type of mezcal. Suddenly, you're a tequila expert. You've got all sorts of trivia and knowledge. And when those individual points connect, you become someone with a wealth of knowledge, someone who knows a little about everything. The instant a question pops into your head, look it up. We have smartphones now, so it's easy. But it can be a pain, right? So when your kids ask, "Hey, how does this work?" do you just brush them off with, "Oh, it's complicated"? Or do you take a moment to look it up together? Big difference. The point is, recognize that moment of curiosity as an opportunity, a chance to stand out. Look it up immediately. And once you've learned something new, share it. This tequila story is a real-life example for me. I was talking with my family, and I momentarily wondered, what is tequila anyway? I didn't let that moment pass. I looked it up, and I discovered all sorts of interesting facts. And I immediately wanted to share them. So I ended up going to a Mexican restaurant that day. You can use Google, or even better, YouTube. More and more people are using YouTube as a search engine, searching for videos instead of text. You can find experts talking about just about anything. All right, habit number 3. Shower yourself with praise. The storyteller says that humans have a strong tendency to criticize themselves. We're taught to be humble, to recognize our flaws, and to strive for improvement. Don't get complacent. Find your weaknesses and fix them. Be humble, not arrogant. But the speaker suggests that we deliberately praise ourselves. How many of you praise yourselves at least once a day? Several times a day? Praising yourself is the most powerful form of self-hypnosis. I can do this. I'm great. It puts you in a positive frame of mind, and that strengthens your self-esteem. People with high self-esteem are actually more pleasant to be around. They're more attractive. Haven't you ever seen someone with very little to show for themselves, but who is convinced that they're going to be a huge success? That confidence is attractive. People with low self-esteem, on the other hand, radiate negativity. They complain, they worry, and they spread their self-doubt around. And it's exhausting. And the more they do it, the lower their self-esteem becomes. By constantly saying things like, "I'm just not good enough," they're reinforcing that belief. It's not good. So please, give yourself some praise. Exaggerate it. You know you have good qualities, even if it's something small. I woke up on time today. I ate a healthy meal. It doesn't have to be a major accomplishment. There are always things to praise yourself for. I often tell myself, I love you, the speaker. You're amazing. Because filming these videos every day is hard work. I'm always wondering if I'll be able to get it all done. But the moment I start to doubt myself, I say, it's okay. I can do this. I've been doing this for 3 years, figuring out what to teach at the last minute. And I've always managed to pull it off. So I know I can do it today. I'm a perfect human. So praise yourself relentlessly. Make that your motto. And that confidence will make you more attractive. It will bring you peace of mind. So, what about money? How do we apply these principles to our finances? Let's talk about spending money on experiences.